بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله وكفى، والصلاة والسلام على المصطفى النبي الأمي معلم البشرية. صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا محمد. أما بعد, today we have the pleasure and the honor to invite our Professor Azmin Muhammad from Malaysia to give us a lecture. So I accept all. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. It's pleasure and honor to invite our professor, our speaker, Azmin Muhammad from Malaysia University. We have the privilege of hearing from a speaker who has made significant contribution in the science, in materials science. And he is one of the 2 persons in the world in his area, in his specialty. So Nazim has an extensive experience in material science. He will be speaking about how to write high impact reviewer. So thank you very much, Professor, for accepting our invitation. So without further ado, please join me in welcome Professor Nazim Mohammed. So you have the floor to talk or to speak. I give you just a minute to give you a short bibliography. As you see normally, you see the screen or not? Just short bibliography about Professor Nazim. So he is I will read the bibliography, short bibliography. Dr. Ahmad Nazim Muhammad is Associate Professor for Scholar of Materials in Mineral Engineering at University Sains in Malaysia. He started his job in 2004. He obtained his doctoral degree in the field of advanced materials at Physics Department, University of Malaya. He studied alkaline solid polymer electrolytes of nickel metal hybrid battery for his PhD thesis. So his current researcher focuses on batteries and solid alloy and corrosion. He has published more than 150 papers in high impact journals. He is listed, as I said before, he listed as top of 2% in the world on citation, impact by Stanford University and Elsevier. He actively involved in research with a grant from government bodies. So his undergraduate and master level courses cover in crystallography, materials characterization, corrosion, and many others lectures. So I want to say thank you again for Professor Mohammed Nazim. Without further ado, please, you have the floor, Dr. Mohammed, to talk, to speak, to give us your lecture. Thank you in advance. You have to talk.
Okay. Can you hear? Is it clear? Okay, let me.
Yeah, is it clear?
Okay, let me share my presentation first.
It's clear.
Wait. Okay. Can you see my presentation now?
Just a minute. Yes.
Okay. Let me maximize this one.
Just a minute. It's recorded, okay? So
okay.
It's recorded, and maybe it will be published in YouTube channel for the participants. So if you ask any questions after the lecture, it's recorded. Okay. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam.
I would like to thank you to Professor Aladdin Kauka for these invitations as we met last month in Turkey, and then we continue for the collaboration here. And to everyone, professors, associate professor, doctors, and student, master or PhD student, welcome to these sharing sessions. Hopefully, I can share something about my presentation on the review paper. But as I said, my background is on the material engineering. I try my best to generalize my presentation, and then hopefully everyone can beneficial for these presentations. Okay. Actually, I do have this one is module 2. Let me if I had a pointer here. Okay, actually this one is module 2. I have another module which is talking about how to write the article. So we have gentlemen, we have articles and then we have a review. But in this case, I think better we start with the very basic concept or understanding on write a review paper, right? Okay, so maybe some of the slides are not I cannot share with you during the hard copy. Maybe you can write after this during the presentation, right? I always ask my students, why do we need to write review papers? Right, some of my students, they don't like ask me to write review paper. They say, oh, this one is very heavy, this one is not my field, this one is not good. Guys, I try to explain to them that review paper is needed, especially when we talk about when you try to write about your thesis, especially chapter 1 and chapter 2. Chapter 1 and chapter 2 is about the understanding. It's about the literature review. If you're able to publish at least a 1 or 2 review, means that your chapter 1 and chapter 2 already okay. Can you hear me? Is it okay? I don't know. Sometimes they turn my. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, we hear you. Sorry, yes,
okay.
We hear you.
Okay, and then if you already publish, let's say 1 or 2 review papers, means that you can just copy paste that review, put in your thesis. In other means that your thesis is already reviewed by many persons. For example, by the editor, by 1 or 3 reviewer, means that everything was corrected before you go for the viva. I don't know in your country, you call it viva or proposal defense thesis. You call it viva or defense?
Yes, both of them, yes.
Well, yes. So we use the word viva. Okay, but in general terms, I always ask my students why we need to review, because we want to develop critical thinking skill and then improve research skill to gain comprehensive understanding, especially to the latest publication, latest knowledge in our field. If you keep reading the old books, maybe that thing is already obsolete, already old enough, right? And then mostly, if the student can publish a good review paper, it means that they are already prepared for the future. They can use this paper for the interview, they use a paper for the another scholarship, and so on. And some of them can go for the postdoc in Europe or in the United States. So this one, when I was in the UK before, I thought this person is Tarascon, one of the best French scientists in the battery. He published a lot of paper in the Nature. You know, Nature is one of the best papers. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let me start with the introduction. What is the review paper? What is the difference between article and so on? Okay. Okay, the first one you should know is the research article is about the analysis, is about experiment, right? Analysis and result interpretation. So this one is about the articles, right? Experimental. It can, the format or the structure, it can be abstract, introduction, experimental, result and discussion, and conclusion. So this one is based on the experimental. So what I'm trying to talk today is about review paper. Review paper we can say as a compilation, analysis, or we can go a little bit deeper to the critical thinking. Okay, and then the component of the review papers is almost similar to article, but they don't have the experimental part. So this one talking about abstract, introduction, discussion, and conclusion. So the discussion here, it depends on you. You can produce different subtitles, many subtitles, depend on your idea. What are the things that you want to present to the audience? Okay, this is my first review paper with my master student. It was published in the, I think this one in the one of the journal in the Wiley currently, right? And then at this time, I don't know about the review paper. I learned by myself, especially I don't know about how to copy the figure from the another paper. Then I don't know about that. Then I try to redraw everything. I try to redraw all the figures. And then I put on my review papers. So at this time, nobody told me about unguided self-learning, self-motivation. But nowadays, actually very easy. You should use just copyright. Later on, I will explain to you about CCC Copyright Center website. And then sometimes you need to try and error which journal that can accept the review. Okay, and then some of them by the invitation, and then some of them you need to prepare proposal and letters. And then at the end of the day, sometimes for your information, English is not our main language, it's not mother tongue. And then sometimes our student got some problem, especially doing the proofread, okay, especially on rephrase, rewrite, and so on. But today, everyone, we have AI. ChatGPT, wow, it's so very, very amazing. I will share to you after this how to do this one, and then we can remove this proofread. Okay, guys, let me share another things where normally when we submit paper to the journal, editor tend to reject the paper if we don't have novelties. So this one is rejected paper. Why? Because no contain original work. Original work here refer to the novelties. What do you understand about novelty, guys? Novelty is different compared to others. What are the different your review compared to the journal that are compared to the review that already been published? So that is the questions. Another one is they try not to see is copy paste behavior, copy paste type of the writings. They need us to criticize. Okay, for example, this journal is different to that. This paper is different to that another paper. So you need to put that one, put in your review paper. So that is the thing that they are looking for. Otherwise, they will reject your publication. Okay. But it's a very challenging, very exciting, right? Because we share the knowledge, right? We share the knowledge to the world, right? So, as you know, we as the scholar, we try to share our knowledge freely to the world, okay? And then after I learned many things about the review, then I try to write by myself. Only one single author here, myself, and then I publish in a very good journal. This one of the best journal in energy, especially on the solar cell or in the batteries. Okay, and then at the same time, I take another years to complete another papers. I publish in the solar cell and so on. So sometimes I will ask my student to write review paper, but at the same time, I also write my own review papers. Okay. So hopefully we have about more than 21% here, 20% here. We can write many review papers after this, inshallah. Okay, just a simple question. Why do we need to write review paper again? As you know, if you are go for the citation, yes, review paper is very good for the citation. It can go very fast and it can stand longer compared to the article or compared to the note here. And you can see that if the person publish more review, the H index is not that so. The H index is very, very high. Guys, we are not doing this review because we are crazy about citation, right? Or we do this one because of KPI. I don't know in your country you call KPI or not. KPI is key performer index, your activity yearly in the university, or to be the most cited person, 2% person in the world, no, or to get promoted, to get fast professor and so on. No, we are not crazy about this thing. So we are doing this one because after 3 and 5 years in this area, right, we try to learn in particular system or particular area, then we try to make that knowledge easier to others to read, to analyze, to compare, and easy to remember, especially to our student, our junior researchers. Okay, and then for student, why we need to do this review paper? Because before the experiment, they should understand. So if we just read, we will forget. If we read, write, we will remember. But if you read, write, and publish, it's not just for us, but others will be beneficial for this review as well. Okay. And then I try to ask the student, I try to train them on the writing. Some of them really cannot write, totally cannot write, but we try solely by the review paper. And then ask the student to understand the concept, the task, experiment, and the outcome. What is the best, what is the bad result? Maybe during the Viva or the PhD masters, they can answer, because examiner will ask you different questions, the good and the bad thing. If the student can answer easily, they can differentiate based on the concept, then it's good for the student. And then, as I've discussed to my brother Aladdin, why we do this one, because, you know, we want to get some reda from Allah, and then hopefully we can get barakah. You know barakah, my brothers? I know you are better than me in Arabic word.
Yes,
all
of
right.
course. Yes, of course.
Yes, okay?
Yes.
Inshallah. Okay, we are not doing for citation many. Hopefully, guys, in the Malaysia history, they have one book we call as Musalli. The book is written about how to pray. It's a very simple book, but it has been used for more than 200 years in the Malaysia. For more than 200 years. Try imagine, the person is already died 200 years before, but the barakah, the jariyah keep on flowing. Inshallah. Okay, so now we go to the first question here. How you want to start right? Everything is depend on you, guys. You can do the daily writings every day. You can take 1 hour per day. It depend on you. But for myself, I will take 1 week per month just to write the review paper. Another week to write the grant. Another week to write the PowerPoint for the teaching and so on. So everything depend on you. But the make sure is we keep on moving. Okay, so this is a learning process, right? I want to skip this one. Okay, again, this one is for students, as I said to you. Why this thesis is very good, why the review is very good is for the fundamental, to improve your methodologies and so on. Okay, so let me start how we want to start to write the review paper. There are a few models that we can do. For example, we can ask the student, okay, the supervisor, and asking the student to write the review paper, to complete the papers, and then after we finalize, we will send to the first co-author for them to do the proofread. After that, or maybe at the same time, you send to another co-author, this one should be number 2, for the proofread. And then if everything okay, then we submit to the journal. And please make sure that the co-author here is the person is very expert in this particular subject that we want to write the review. Okay. Another one is you can divide part by part of the review paper. Let's say this one is the supervisor. You can ask co-author number 1 to write part A, co-author 2 part 2, co-author 3 part 3, and so on. But the problem is this system, this model is very not so good, because sometimes quarter number 1 is very fast, quarter number 3 is not working, then you wait for another many years to complete. All right, and the best way is try to do this one, right? You and your students focus on the one review and asking others to do the proofread, and hopefully another co-authors will do the same one, then we doing the same publication, right? Or other one is just one solo writers. You yourself write that paper and publish in the good journal. Okay, sorry, this one is this one was me when I was in the Sheffield University in the UK when I did my sabbatical. This one is Professor Tony West. He's very, very good in the material engineering. He had a lot of paper, we have a lot of book, and the book is translated to many languages. So I'm dreaming that I can be like this person. It's a very, very good person, inshallah. Okay, and then another question about review paper, right? How do you write a review paper? Here are the steps that we want to do. I will discuss this one later on, but I try to answer this one. How long should a review paper will be? Normally, narrative review paper, it can be 8,000 to 40,000 words. But I don't like the very long review paper. I try to go for the short review paper, normally with 1,000 words. And then figure is about 10 figure, less than 10 figure. So this is my target. Okay, for the submission of the review paper, the first one sometimes is based on the invitation by the editor. Editor, maybe you are expert in certain area. Specific editor will send you the email, invite you to write the paper. They give you about 1 year to complete everything. Number 2, we try to find the best review papers, and then we send the proposal for them. Say that I tried to write this paper, this is the structures, and then I am very expert in this area. Say that I already published 2 or 3 papers, maybe more than 10 papers, and then we send a proposal to them. Maybe they reply, they say, okay, then when you want to submit the papers. So we give them about 6 months to submit. But the best one is this one. Try to find the journal that can accept a review directly without going for without asking the editor for the submission. Okay, guys, if you have any question, you can ask in the chat room there. I'll try to answer after this. Okay, this is a part 2 of we're done with the introduction, part 2 of review. Okay, for your information, there are many different types of review. It can be the full review. It's very long, more than if you print manuscript on the A4 paper, it can be more than 20 or 30 pages, right? This is normal for the good collaboration. They can go this one. Or maybe you can have short, brief, mini, or communication-based journal. Normally, I will go for this one, right? I will always ask my student, go for this short or mini format. And some of the journal, they don't like to ask the the authors to write for the full paper. They already give the guideline. Especially they say that, okay, your word must be 10,000 words, less than 10,000 words, the figure less than 10 figures, the table less than 1, and so on. Okay, the style of the writing, it can be critical. You can critique everything, but in the good knowledge. Or you can go for the compilation. You take the article 1, compare with the article 2, compare with article 3, and so on. And then the worst one, the bad one, is the copy paste. Don't do like this. This is a very, very bad. I wish, actually I have another example, but I will share in another presentation. Right, today is just a briefing about review paper, and then after this, I want to see paper review from your university, inshallah. Okay, and then there will be another popular review. Probably is someone from the management, from the statistic, from the business, from the maybe from the theology, religious department. They go for the management. This one's very popular, very fast citation. But I don't like this one because it's not that so basic knowledge on that. As the scientist, I try to go to the different one. And this is my favorite one. I will go to the technical review. Meaning that I will focus review on the different type of material, how did you do this, how they did the synthesis, what is the temperature, what is the time taken, and so on. And then how they did the characterization by X-ray, by infrared, and so on. So then I propose the mechanism. So this is the best example. If someone here from the engineering, from the science, applied science, and so on, right? And then where you want to publish, you can publish. You know, the best journal is the Nature Energies. They are so very high and high impact factor, as it's not easy to get published. You submit this morning, and then the afternoon they send you the email to be rejected. Okay. And nowadays, everyone talking about the open access journal. But for this open access journal, you need to pay. It's very expensive. It can be more than 1,000, even 2,000 USD. So if your university is not supporting this one, so don't go to this one. Try go to the subscription-based journal. Okay, for the critical review, this one is more about how you want to critique a certain part. This one you should have experience. Okay, experience. For example, in my case, I have 10 years, 5 years experience in the synthesis. So this is a good time for me to write a critical review because the knowledge is based on my experience. Okay, so these are example what is the difference between the critical review and normal review. I just take one example. This one is a normal one, state just define what happened, and this one is critical, identify the significant, and then say how to do something. And here they say they argue the case according to the latest evidence and so on. And they always use the word however, because they try to counter again another paper published on the same one but different explanation. If you are good in the writing, if you are very good in experience, try to go to publish in this critical review. Okay? Or maybe you can go for the mechanism, how that thing works, how that model, if you are doing the economical, financial one, how your model is working in a certain area. Maybe in the Malaysia it's not good, but it's okay in Algeria. So that is the thing that we call as mechanism. Okay. Okay, and then they also have a tutorial review. The review is called as tutorial. It's very weird, but this is a very, very good review established by the Royal Society of Chemistry. You know what? We can just take this review and we can make it as our lecture note for the one subject, one particular subject, because they explain everything from the basic example and the conclusion just based on this paper. And again, this one is you need to be very good experienced when writing this one. Okay, this is my favorite, guys, everyone. Okay, we try to go the very simple one, mini, brief, short review. If you are not, if you don't have any experience writing a review paper, try to go to this one, mini review or mini review. Okay, or they can call this one as the communication paper. So try to go for the paper. I will share. I already share inside in the Telegram example of the paper. Okay. Okay, this one is for those who are in the management and statistics. For example, you are going for the, for example, global distribution study of the paper published and so on. So this one for those who are doing the management finance, and so on. Okay, do you have any question you can ask, brothers, sisters? No?
It's clear. Thanks.
Okay. If you have any question, you can put in the chat room. I can read and answer your question. Okay. Okay. This one is the worst. Don't do like this. Why? Because this one is the copy paste style paper. Okay. How do we know that this one is copy and paste? Because the whole paragraph is given by one single reference, meaning that they just copy paste this one and put here. So this one is not good for the review paper. Okay. Okay, this is my favorite, which is talking about the categorization. Right. So we just take one simple categorization, or maybe we can take a few categorization and we go for review. For example, this one, they try to do the SCM categorization on the titanium oxide, and they do the cross section and so on. So everything is about the material creation or techniques. Okay, guys. So this is the process. This is the process how we want to write a review paper. How we want to start this review paper. Okay. So you must have your own plan, the student or the staff. First, you need to select the title, right? So you need to select the titles. Make sure that you know what is the scope, what are the content that you want to present, what are the keywords that will limit your writing. If you go everything, if you want to write everything, it will be long and we never finish. And again, make sure that make sure that the years of the subject is a very new. For example, in the 5 years subject, right? 5 years old papers. Okay, and then another one is when you need to compile all the papers. For example, I use Mendeley. I just download all the PDF related to this title into my Mendeley. I will put as the literature review, number of the paper, and so on. So must have year range, but make sure it's about 5 years. Older than what considered as isolated, then it will be rejected. Okay, so copy all the PDF, put in your Mendeley, and now you will start to do the writing. First writing is about to prepare the table. So make sure that you have very good table. The table must be talking about the component that you want to review, the whole story, and the most important is it enough sources or reference for you to write this title? If your reference is not enough, then you need to expand your title to be more broader. Then you go back to the table. Okay, and then after you finish all the table, you say that you have very enough papers. You have more than 50 papers. Then it's good for you to start the whole writings. After that, go for don't start writing yet. Don't start to type everything. Go for the figure first. Okay, for this paper, take the figure, put in the PowerPoint, arrange everything in the figures. Okay, in the PowerPoint. Okay, put in the figure 1, figure 2, figure 3, everything. So when you have figures, start to do the storyline. Which figure should be number 1, which figure should be number 2, and so on. And again, make sure that the figure must be free. Okay, you must apply the copyright from the copyright center. Otherwise, you need to pay. For one single figure, if they have charge you, it can charge you about $34 dollars normally. So try to find the free one. And for your sympathy, if normally what I did is I will take the figure from the Elsevier because I want to publish in the Elsevier. Right. So that is the reason you need to know where you need to submit your paper before you can start everything. Okay, so you said that you already have enough PDF file, the references, you already have the storyline of the figures. Now is for you to do the writings. Okay, now you can start to do the writing. You can take the copy paste from the figure. Sorry, you can take. Okay, you can copy paste from the PDF, but for sure you need to rephrase by your own word, your own understanding. Okay, and then try to write. Guys, now everyone, nowadays we have the AI. It can help you very, very fast. I'm sure that you are also not from the English-speaking country, so AI will help you, especially to do the restructure of the English. Okay, after you finish writing everything, now you need to send for the plagiarism. Plagiarism will check about the similarity or the usage of the AI. If the usage is very, very high, then normally they will reject as well. Okay, and then maybe you have some fun that you can send for the English checking. You can send for the proofread, but normally nowadays we already have very good AI. Then no need for you to go for the proofread. So everything done, finished, finalized, checked by your supervisor, co-author, and so on. Then you need to. It's time for you to do submission. Okay. You need to have the target journal. If they have rejection, make sure you have a backup journal, journal A, journal B, journal C, and journal D, and everything. If they have the correction, minor or majors, then we do the correction. The problem here is normally with the editors. Okay, if editor pass the editorial, if they are past the editorial office, then easy for you to get the comment. If not, if editor reject from here, then it's very, very difficult to get published. Okay, after that, after everything, okay, sometime journal will never ask you to apply the copyright, but normally I will apply the copyright after my paper is accepted. Because if you apply the copyright before that, you can, if rejected, then you need to apply again. So many things. So I wait for the paper to be accepted, then I will apply copyright, done. So finish your process. Okay, so this is the way we do the writing. And guys, for myself, it takes me 3 years to finish one single solo review paper, because you know we are very busy with the classes, with the meeting, with the family and so on. But for the student, I'm sure you can finish in one single semester, inshallah. Okay, so Professor Alauddin, if you not finish this one, maybe we can continue by next meeting. Okay.
Yes.
And then Professor Alauddin, maybe the next meetings, someone from your side try to complete one manuscript, then we do the comment together.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
Otherwise, you cannot finish. You just come here to listen, not doing something. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Inshallah.
Good.
Okay. Okay. Now we go a little bit deeper inside here, talking about the titles. Guys, there are many different titles that we can do for the review paper. Some of them very good, some of them too very short. For example, this one, Tawak the greener, more sustainable battery. This one is the nature. This one for nature. But this one is very difficult to get published here. And then we can go to this side of journal, for example. Okay, we can have like, you can put a review recent advances. Or maybe some of the title did not put any word for the review. But after we read it, oh, this one is the review. Okay, this one when I was in the Sheffield University in the UK before, so my friend published in this journal. Okay. So if I want to talk about the title, maybe I need another seminar, right? Because I just showed to you that how they create the the titles. Even if you have your own title, you can just take your title and ask ChatGPT to rephrase. Maybe it can give you another good suggestion. Okay, and then again, as I said, that second step, take all your PDF file, put inside your your Mendeley. For example, here I try to write the review paper about the quasi-solid state solar cell for review paper. I will put the folder here for folder 1, folder 2, folder 3, folder 3. So all the paper talking about the subsection here, okay? For example, this one is introduction. This one is viscosity. This one is about the SEM. So all the paper related to the, for example, morphology will be under this SEM. So it's easy for me to find and to write. For example, I say, oh, I'm very busy today, so I just have time to write on the SRD. So I just click on SRD here. So these are the paper related to the SRD. Then I will start to write the SRD. So where is my SRD? Somewhere here. Okay, so it's just suggestion to you how you want to do the management between your Mendeley and your Word file. Okay, so this is the table that I'm talking about, guys. You just need one single table 1 only, but make sure that you put something like the summary of the selected paper on your topic. This one is your topic, but make sure that the paper is about 5 years time. Don't go older as well, because if you go for the oldest, then they consider as obsolete, okay? Because the technology is already old enough. So you can divide by yourself what is the technique that you use, the method that you use, the material. But the most important thing is this one, highlight. What is the paper here talking all about? So this is the summary from the each paper, but under particular subject. For this case, harness. You know that this paper may be talking about more than 10 characteristic, but we just limit to the hardness. So this one is only talking about the hardness. And then at the end here, you just put a reference. Easy for others to find those papers. Okay. Guys, it's time for me to ask you something. Okay. What is the most important things if I am editor to select or to accept your paper? Can you answer me in the chat room, everyone?
You can answer.
Oh, you can answer directly, or you can answer in the chat room.
Yes.
Anyone, please.
Dear students, participants.
Yes, share with me. My brother Algeria. I have a lot of friends from Algeria. Your deed is very good, very very good.
تفضلوا واحد يجيب.
Anyone, please. What is the most important when we open manuscript for the review?
Yes, سعاد. Yes, سعاد.
Please, everyone, brothers and sisters, join me. Inshallah, we can make.
Second figure.
Can you repeat again? It's not clear. If you are okay, you can type in the chat room.
She said the second, but I don't think that.
Okay.
Second or the first mechanism to not copy.
What is the point here? What is the main point for this one?
First one.
Don't have any ideas?
No, I haven't.
Inshallah, try. Think hard. Inshallah.
Okay.
Maybe the first, because they draw it.
Yes.
It's clear.
Yes, it's very clear. Yes.
No, not exactly. No.
Oh.
There's something, No.
The third?
Okay. Let me share here, right, brother? The most important, okay? The most important for the review paper nowadays, currently is about the figure. So the question is, which type of the figure that is the most important? Okay, this one.
Okay, yes.
Yes.
Okay, if you just prepare one single figure for the one, I call this one item, for the one single figure, this one is not accepted. One figure, for the one figure, no. One figure.
Why it's not accepted? Why?
I'm explaining now. I explain it now. Okay.
Thanks. Okay, thanks.
Okay, this one item for the one figure, one item for one figure. This one maybe 10 years ago can be accepted, but nowadays the journal tend to go for the very pad and then solid figure. For example, like this. Okay, if you can see here, how many items here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 in just one single figure. And this figure is not just one from one single reference. It came from this figure, this reference, this reference, this reference, and this reference. They contain they took this one from the 4 different reference. That is the reason the paper can be accepted. If you just submit just one single figure here, then they will reject outright. Okay? Or maybe you have your own figure, unpublished result like this. So this one is my experiment. I just take the picture and put in my review. They accept this one because this one is the originality of your word. Okay, brothers, hopefully we can have time here. Guys, if I cannot go more than 5:50 because 5:30 because I need to take my kid from the school. Okay. Okay, now we go for the paragraph. This one is for how to write the introduction. Okay, introduction for the review papers. If I can open one of my review paper here. Okay, wait, please wait. Can you see now? This example of one of my papers. Okay. So now is how you want to prepare the introduction. They have many different paragraph here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, before you jump to another subtitle here. Okay. So for the introductions, you should start with the short background. Explain to them what is the field of this review. And then explain to them the latest or the current literature review, right? But must be narrowed down to the problem statement, because if you review everything, then you'll be never finished. Okay, and then slowly talking about the latest problem statement of that review papers, other subject. Okay, after that, another paragraph, you will write about objective, how to solve these problem statements, and then how you want to write the review papers. Okay, so this one will be the brief introduction to area, the part component, and then try to analyze a few review paper, focus the area assigned, and then objectives. So what are the objectives of this latest review paper? Okay, so everything I put in my review paper here I already share with you in the Telegram. Okay, let me show here example how I did this one. Oops. Okay, the first paragraph here talking about the background. Okay, so this one is also background. And then I will start here with the current status, literature review. And then another paragraph later on talking about the novelty of this review. Why I want to do this, why I want to write these review papers. And then the last paragraph here talking about the objective, and then how I want to organize this review paper. So I will separate into two parts, part 1 and part 2. So these are example how we want to prepare the introduction. Okay. Okay, so this one is example novelty of review. This one is the comment. This example the how that I put the novelty of the review paper. For example, here, although several recent review paper article have been are available about the polymer electrolyte based on the DSC component and the cell performance. For example, material preparation, this one and so on. But okay, material preparation, properties, polymer electrolyte, and solid polymer electrolyte. But this is the key word here. Okay, but a little attention has been devoted to the DSC as the one main component in DSC. So this is the reason I want to write the review papers. Okay, you need to guide them, to tell them why you need to write the review paper. Similar to this one, right? So, for example, this one, right? So I say that there are most of the paper talking about the general review, but there are also a similar review. They are reviewed in different way. Okay, they review by the main classes, like prepare characterization and so on. But in this case, I try to review in different way. So you need to explain by yourself what are the part or what are the things that you want to review. Okay, this one is I just copy from another university in Malaysia, and this is the comment, right? The last paragraph of introduction provide overall layout the scope of your review paper to your header. 4 to 5 paragraphs should be sufficient in the introduction. Normally 4 is more than enough. Okay, try to use updated reference, 3 to 5 years. And then the most problem here is the use of phrase like however, nevertheless remain unclear, not well understood, not documented systematically, not discussed comprehensively. And then to address contribution of your present papers, they ask you about where is your novelty about the review paper. So everyone is talking about what is the novelty, what is the difference compared to other published review paper. Okay. And then you can go to the another part of the introduction. You can go for the another subtitle. For example, you can go to the subtitle 1, subtitle 2, and then you can start with the component of your subject. It can be anything. In my case, I'm doing the solar cell, then it will be the positive and negative side of the material. But in my case, I just want to focus this one for the review, and then I want to focus this one for the review. Okay. So the component can be reviewed. There are so many different reviews that can be you can review. So it's depend on you. Okay, again, so guys. Okay, almost similar. We are talking, so we have the titles, we have abstract. So this one is all about the introduction, and this one is about the conclusions. This part, the subtitle here is talking about the content. It depends on your subject. You can separate them in many different subtitles. For example, 4, 5, or maybe you can have 6, or maybe you can have 7. And each of them, they have another small bullet for you to explain. So this part actually depends on you. Okay? What is the things that you want to present to others? Okay, the format of discussion, it can be different. You can start. I mean, you can, this one I'm talking about this part right now. Try to focus about this part. Okay, you can start with the introduction. You can start with how they do the experiment, and then give the best and the very rare, very different result, and close the discussion with a summary. So you can pick one figure from your figures and try to explain by these questions or by this format. Okay. Okay, this one is another way we try to do conclusion. So after we finish, let me clear this one first. After we finish this one, we go for the content, and then now we go to the end of the manuscript, which is the conclusion and perspective. Okay, you can write conclusion like this, but sometimes it's very, very long. And there is contain many different subjects that you want to discuss to others. Okay, I don't like to write conclusion like this. I try to write the conclusion. Where is my conclusion? Oh, I missed that one. This one is okay. Oops. Sorry, I just show you I missed that slide. Okay, I like to write my conclusion. I'll open another paper here. Sorry. Okay, I like to write the conclusion by the bullet point. I will start with the one single paragraph. Then I will divide by the subject. Okay, for example, by biodiversity, conclusion by the morphology, conclusion by thermal, and so on. It's almost similar to this one, but I put the header here. Okay, easy for me to recall. Okay, so when you finish everything to the conclusion here, now we go for the abstract. Because abstract, we will always write the abstract at the end of the when we finish everything. So try to separate your abstract to the purpose of the writings, design, methodology, what are the findings from your review, practical implication if available, and then the most important thing is the originality or novelty of your review paper. So I just take 1, 2, 3, 4. Purpose is just introduction, method or approach that you want to do this review, and then what are the main finding or the result from this review, and close this one by the good novelties. Okay, and then the most important part is this one, right? So you just show them a little bit longer sentence because it's content about 50%. For example, this one, right? You can separate this one. This example of the abstract, you can separate this one into header like this. Okay, and then finish. Okay, and then don't forget about the abbreviation. You need to list down all the abbreviation before you submit, because the reviewer don't know that abbreviation that the word that you use in the things. Okay, this one is about reference. Okay, this one is about reference. The question is about which software that you use. Guys, I always use EndNote for the reference. You can use Mendeley if you want. Okay, it's up to you. And then how many reference for the review? Normally, for the full review, you can go for more than 300 references. But for the short review, it's just 30 of less than 50 review. Okay. Again, I try to explain here, try to use the EndNote. And the review paper will be accepted in the area of topical interest and will be normally emphasize literature published over previous 5 years old. This one is given by the carbohydrate polymers. And be careful about citing the O reference. If you want to cite the O reference, you need to explain to them that you must cite this one because it's contain about very good information on the fundamental. Yes, but you need to explain. But make sure that only 1 or 2 reference, the O reference that you cited, because you just want to show them the fundamentals. Okay, the rest will be more than 85 or 95. It will be more than 5 years old. Okay, and please use the best reference from the best journal, right? From the clear journal. Don't go for the predatory or the old book. Don't go for the website because it's not that accurate data. Okay. Okay, guys. If you read the review paper, maybe you see this kind of sentence here. This one is referred to the copyright. Okay. So the question is where we want to get this copyright. Okay. So you can go or you can log in, you can register in the copyright centers. Okay, you register everything, and then for the each figure, then you can apply for the copyright. If I want to explain this one, it take more than another 20 minutes. Just let you know that everything must have copyright. Okay, reference and then the copyright. Otherwise, you will be sued by them. Each of the paper is about 100. If they, one single figure is about 100 USD if you need to pay to them. Okay, so please don't go for the payable reference, but go for the free one. How to go to the free one? As I said to you, for example, if you want to publish in Elsevier, so please take the figure, all the figure from the Elsevier. Normally they will be free. Okay. Okay, last part. This is the most important thing, especially for our young generation there, right? Nowadays the ChatGPT is very, very good. We cannot, as the lecturers, as the teacher, we cannot stop them because they are very, very fast. We cannot stop the student to use ChatGPT or any AI, but we guide them. We guide them in the ethically way how to use them. Say to them that don't use this one for the reference. Don't use that because the text chunk here refer to the text with the broken link because ChatGPT is trying to repeat the same one. It depends on your prompt, on your question. And don't you trust everything from the ChatGPT. Always check again the information. Okay, so we can use this ChatGPT by doing correction by the grammar or spelling. We can ask them to expand the exciting text, rephrase. This is my favorite one, rephrase and summary, and then improve the charity flow. Okay, charity flow for English, right? You no need for you to go to proofread. Just ask the ChatGPT to do for you. And last one is chatting. Chatting here is if you don't know something about your subject, if you don't know something about anything about your work, you can ask ChatGPT. They will give you a very, very good answer, better than your process. Okay. Okay, guys. This one is an example, the best paper for you to try. But try to go to the short review. This one. Try to write the mini review. Okay. Let's start this one for beginner, and then good for the new lecturers. If you need some help from me, you can ask in the Telegram. I will try to guide you, right? Inshallah. Okay. Okay, sometimes we need to follow. If you are already good in the writing, you already published in a review paper, try to follow some good writers in the best journal, right? Follow them, how they do the writings. And then hopefully, maybe 1 or 2 years, you can be just like them, publish in a good journal, just like them. Okay, guys, I'm sorry that I'm missing this slide. I don't know why. Okay, let's go again. Professor Alauddin, right? We try to summarize again the thing that we are discussed today. The first one is you need to find where you want to publish. You need to identify where you want to publish, which journal that you want to publish. After that, go for the novelty. Which part or which novelty that you want to highlight in this new review papers. After you finish that one, You finish the title, everything. Now go for the table. Try to write the table to check, is it enough or not paper to write this particular subject? Okay, after check everything, if your PDF file, if the references is not enough, then you can expand your title. Okay, make it more broad title, then check again, is it enough PDF file or the resources, the references is enough, then you go for the next step. The most important things for the review paper is you must have a very solid and packed figure. If your figure is not good, they can easily reject your paper. You send it today, tomorrow they will reject. And then when you finish your figure, you can start writing. Inshallah, you can finish. The rest, you need to use software. Software for the reference, software for the English, software for the drawing and everything. Okay? So, I think that's all my presentation. Now, do you have any question you can ask now?
Okay, thank you very much. God bless you. Barakallahu feek. Shukran jazilan. So if there is any question you can ask, please ask. It's a good opportunity to meet Professor Azmin. So please, if you have any idea, any question you can ask, you can write also. So if there is no question, I will ask to give you. Just Dr. Azmin, I have a question about to submit your review. Is it obligation that you have invitation from the journal, or you can send it alone? Because some journals don't accept. They told we invite a good researcher in this area or in this subject to write reviewer, not anyone to send it. This is the question number one. Anyone said? And the second question.
Very good question, Professor Aludin. Right. You know, a long time ago, about 10 years before, most of the review paper was by invitation because they just want to control the quality of the review. But nowadays, even though they put in the guideline, you must ask for permission before you can submit the review paper. But this one is not that particularly. You just submit the paper, right?
Yeah.
For in my case, most of the paper, first thing that you need to know is it paper accept or not for the review? If not accept, then you cannot publish them. Okay?
Yeah.
So just submit. Go for the free direct submission. Inshallah.
So you should have a name. You should have many papers before a research paper, and if you have papers about this, you can write reviewer. You cannot start it directly by reviewer.
Yes, I do agree with you. Normally, the best review paper is must cite your own paper to show them that you are expert in that particular area. If you just citing others' paper, it shows that you are no expert. That's why you just citing others' paper. You don't have your own paper as well. So the best way, try to publish an article, 1 or 2, 3 articles, then go for the review paper. But for the student, the new student, they can use the supervisor background. Okay, on the name of the supervisor, say that supervisor is an expert. I just the person writing the new one.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other question, my brothers?
Thank you. Yes. Yes, you can ask.
Je peux poser la question en français et vous pouvez faire la traduction à Monsieur Azmin.
Yeah,
Est-ce que c'est possible?
Oui, bien sûr, c'est possible. Allez-y.
Très bien, merci monsieur. Merci professeur. D'abord, je remercie Monsieur Azmin. C'est très très intéressant, sincèrement. J'ai pris moi des captures d'écran. Pas de problème. Comme ça. Barakallahu fi. Concernant l'utilisation de ChatGPT pour construire des review papers, moi j'utilise ChatGPT. ChatGPT pour reformuler ou là pour c'est-à-dire des résumés. Moi, je change des idées avec ChatGPT, sincèrement. Est-ce que c'est une plagiat? Est-ce que ça compte comme étant une plagiat? Lorsque j'utilise ChatGPT pour exprimer mes idées, pour clarifier mes idées, est-ce que tu as plagiat lorsque je présente cette idée dans un article?
Oui,
Yes, yes.
oui.
I do agree
You
with
understand?
you.
Doctor?
This one. I can understand everything because the
You
words
can
are there.
understand French. Good.
Yeah, I know French. I know Arab.
Good.
No,
Mashallah.
Swan, the thing is, we use the chat GPT. It's not something like copy paste directly. We already have our structures. We just ask chat GPT to rephrase the English, because you know that we are not from the good English speaking, so we can ask the ChatGPT to do the rephrasing and summarizing. We not ask the ChatGPT to rewrite for us. No, because if you do so, the software like turning in, we detect the plagiarism. They will detect AI plagiarism as well. Right. So you need to rewrite everything. If you are copying from the ChatGPT, maybe that one is only for your understanding, but you need to rewrite. You need to put another reference inside there. That is what we do. We cannot ask ChatGPT write for you directly. No, totally no. Okay.
Yes, thanks.
Alhamdulillah.
How to check plagiarism? Well, AI tools. How to check plagiarism? We
can use Turnitin. My brother? I will share again. If you have any other question regarding our discussion, you can put in the Telegram, and then I will answer from that one. Maybe tonight or maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
But to answer your question, Professor Aladdin, we can use Turnitin software. I will share to you maybe tonight example how they detect the AI.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Inshallah.
Okay. Do you have enough time? Because Professor Azmin, he's busy now. And
I need to stop because I need to take my kid from the school.
Yeah, I know. You have a family commitments and obligation families. So how many times you have with us? Few minutes? How much?
I can give you 5 minutes.
Okay.
Again, inshallah, maybe someday I will go to university, then we do 2 days workshop on this one.
Okay.
2 days direct, inshallah.
Okay. So again, thank you very much for your presentation, which very clear and interesting, not for only students, but for us as young researcher, beginner researcher, for us as researcher, as teachers, and also for our students, our PhD students in Algeria. It's very useful and beneficial presentation. It's also very funny. So it's fruitables. Barakallahu feek. God bless you.
Alhamdulillah.
If there is any last questions, you can ask.
Yes. Any question last? Anyone?
Yes, please.
We have only Suad.
Concernant review paper doit être un résumé qui résume beaucoup plus, qui se base beaucoup plus sur la partie expérimentale, avec une conclusion qui montre les principaux points, voilà, avec une introduction sous forme d'un résumé, c'est-à-dire très courte. Elle présente que 20%. Doit être obligatoirement quelque chose de nouveau, c'est-à-dire un travail doit être 100% original, ou je dois me baser uniquement surtout sur la partie expérimentale, sur résultats et discussions. C'est ça.
She said we focus. She said Professor Mohammed. She said it should be the review should be originally, or we should focus on the previous studies or experimental results.
Do you mean that the content, right? The content of the review must be?
Yeah.
It can be from others journal, others articles, and then the best one is included a little bit from our article. That is the best review paper. Okay.
Thanks. Barakallahu fi.
Inshallah, alhamdulillah.
Shukran. Barakallahu fi.
So the last question, maybe Abdul Hafiz, the Asma.
Okay, there's the question here. When I write review paper, I must add reference of the journal where we publish this review. Okay, this Asia bin Amor. It's a very good question. One of the reason journal reject our paper is they said that your review paper is not within my field of specialty. You know why? Because you not even cite one single review paper from them.
Sorry to interrupt you. Please, Huda and others, turn off your microphone. S'il vous plaît, désactivez le microphone to hear Professor. Huda. Okay.
So again, okay, this is a question from Asia bin Amor talking about when I write review, I must add reference of the journal where we publish this review. It's a very good question. Okay, guys, one of the reason rejection of the journal, they say that your review journal is not within my field of the journal. Why? Because there is no reference cited my own journal, means that it's not related to my journal. So they reject and they ask you to submit to another journal. Okay, another question, Abdul Hafidi, can we write and then we choose the review? You can write, but the problem is when you don't know when to submit. You try to the journal 1, they reject. Go to the journal B, reject. You go to the journal C, reject, because you don't have particular subject that needed by specific journal. So what I did was I tried to choose one of the best journal. Then I had a backup number 2, number 3, but must be in the range of that particular subject. Okay.
Is it okay? Asma.
Any other
Asma
question?
has raised her hand.
Okay, Asma.
You can ask or you can write. Okay. Okay, no more questions.
Okay.
No more question. Again, God bless you. That's okay. So God bless you. Barakallahu fiqh. And see you in next lecture. In next lecture, you can contact Professor Azmin.
Yeah.
You can join us in Telegram.
Yeah, in Telegram. I always have the collaboration with Algeria University. They came here to the USM doing the attachment in my school for 2 semesters, and then they will publish a few papers. I will share to you example of my friend from the Algeria. Okay, inshallah.
Okay. Okay, that's the end, and thank you very much. See you soon in Algeria, maybe.
Inshallah, I will go with my family there.
Okay. Okay, you are most welcome with your daughter. How is your daughter?
Alhamdulillah, good.
Yeah.
Please pray for my daughter as well.
Okay. Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you.
Wa alaikum assalam. Thank you very much. May Allah bless you. Inshallah.
نعم عندك سؤال تفضل.
لا شكرا بارك الله فيك.
صح عفوا.
Alhamdulillah. Shukran.